I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
I got a question. You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's test what's going to work. Tonight, Roy. Let's go to work.
Ever give me a fair shake? HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
You won't do shit. You won't do nothing.
You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day.
What's up, boxing fans? King of the Ring TV here. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that. And we're going to talk about this Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley situation. So it's coming out that Jake Paul via Twitter, on his Twitter page, Jake Paul has landed a fight with Tyron Woodley. He was a former UFC fighter. He's was a five-time UFC champion, and everything like that. So he did a lot for the UFC sport. So he's became a champion and everything like that. So Jake Paul, he's 3-0 right now in his pro boxing career. He's a YouTuber, of course. So it's interesting to see him go up against another former UFC champion. This time Tyron Woodley will be a big step up. I feel he will be a big step up in competition. Of course, he's 39, so that's definitely going to play a factor in him in the fight and everything like that. So, because the older you get, the slower you get. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that fight. But the fight will take place August the 28th, and of course, all the news that's coming out. Jake Paul, if you haven't heard that Jake Paul is signed to Showtime now. He is no longer with Triller. So he signed with Showtime, and it will be on pay-per-view and everything like that. So Showtime took a gamble on Jake Paul. He's only got 3 wins, so I don't know how that worked out for him, but I guess because they seen that his numbers did so well with the Triller and everything like that, so they decided to sign Jake Paul to Showtime. So I guess they just looking at all the followers he's got and what he made. The 1.6 million he made with Triller. Probably it could be more, but yeah, I mean, this fight would take place August the 28th. So Tyron Woodley, he'll be stepping in that ring because they had a bit of a back and forth in the locker room whenever Jake Paul was fighting Ben Askren. So I guess Tyron Woodley was checking on Jake Paul and making sure all his hand wraps get wrapped right and everything like that. So they had a little bit of back and forth. So Tyron Woodley wasn't really saying too much. It was basically the people that was around Jake Paul and everything like that. So he ended up landing a fight with Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul, that is. But everything like that came together. But yeah, this will definitely be an interesting fight. Be an even better fight than Ben Askren. Jake Paul claims that he's going to knock Tyron Woodley out in 2 rounds, just like he did Ben Askren. So Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley is very close friends. So it would definitely be a good fight. I feel like Tyron Woodley would definitely be a better fight. I don't know. I don't see. It'll be pretty interesting. Just put it that way. To say, because Jake Paul is just now coming up. He hasn't had no real good competition, and he's only got 3 wins. He's trained for boxing for a long time, from what I hear, but he's not all the way there with his professional career. But he's got youth on the side, and he's been focusing on boxing. And Tyron Woodley is definitely a professional fighter. He's been fighting for a long time, so and most of his fights is standing up, but we'll see what happens in the fight. If Tyron Woodley, he just got released from the UFC. Got released by Dana White, so now he's a free agent. So that's the reason why this fight has definitely came up and to fruition and everything like that, because Tyron Woodley is a free agent, because it's a lot of things going on with Dana White, him and the MMA fighters and everything like that. He's basically owns rights to the MMA fighters and everything like that. So a lot of them, he's told them to stay away from boxing and everything like this, threatening to sue and just do a whole lot of stuff, because because a lot of these UFC fighters, they realize most of the money is over here in boxing, the boxing world, because Dana White is definitely not paying the UFC fighters like boxing does boxers in boxing. So they realize that, and they want to make some money, man. They getting tired of MMA not paying Dana White and all that type of stuff. They definitely have MMA fighters definitely have a whole different world when it comes to fighting. In MMA, MMA is kind of like the old days back in when boxing was really, really good, where they didn't worry about the losses and everything like that. They just fought, and fought hard. So that's kind of where MMA is on the what I see. But other than pay wise, they're not getting paid. They're not getting paid nothing compared to boxers. Boxers have got all the money, but yet they won't fight the fights that a lot of fans want to see. So that's the thing. They done got spoiled and too rich, I feel. So there's no more hunger, and everybody want to fight everybody. So but anyways, Jake Paul, he's definitely coming up, and this fight also will take the weight limit on the fight will be at 190. So they'll be fighting at 190 and everything like that. So Jake Paul, man, he's coming up in the boxing world, fighting all these ex-champions and everything like that. A lot of people might not agree with what Jake Paul's doing. It's a bit of situations, like a lot of talk about Jake Paul. Everybody hates Jake Paul, this and that, but he's getting these champions, people that want to fight him, probably because he talks a lot of crap, and he's been knocking everybody out. So people, that makes it to where people want to, like the fighters, like, oh yeah, I want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Because plus he talks a lot of crap like he's the best fighter in the world, and he's only got 3 wins. Man, the competition, when you look at it, is not that great. So Jake Paul is definitely pissing a lot of people off in the boxing and the MMA world, and just on and offline, just pissing people off. So it would be an interesting fight to see. It's not a big I need to see that, like a fight like Manny Pacquiao or Earl Spence, or just a big top fight, or put it this way, a Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence fight. You know what I'm saying? It's not no big deal, but people do want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's really a big deal. So, but we'll see what Tyron Woodley can do. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.